Jim, more breaking news at this hour. Our investigative team here at ABC News breaking exclusive new reporting here on the classified documents case against Donald Trump. Sources telling ABC News that a current attorney for the former president had warned him in a meeting soon after he received a subpoena seeking classified material from his Mar-a-Lago estate that it would be a crime not to comply with it. Sources also saying that the attorney told investigators that the former president understood that warning. So ABC News senior reporter Catherine Faulders helped break this news and is joining us now from Washington. Catherine, thank you for being here with us. So first of all, I mean, how central could this information really be now in the special counsel's case?
Well, it could be extremely central to the case. Now, this lawyer that we're reporting on, Jennifer Little, she still remains one of Trump's lawyers in the Georgia probe. What we're reporting on has to do with the classified documents probe. She was involved in conversations early on after Trump received that subpoena from the Department of Justice demanding that he hand back to the government all classified documents that still remained in his possession. So she was advising Trump after this subpoena. And what we're told by sources who are describing what she told investigators, what she told Smith's team, is that she very clearly told Trump that if he didn't comply with this subpoena, that it would be a crime. And important to this, as she tells investigators, according to our sources, is that Trump very clearly also understood what she was saying. So it goes to the heart of what Jack Smith here is trying to prove, and it could shed further light on essentially how the special counsel came to the conclusion that Trump knowingly violated the law.
So that alleged understanding here, but also, Catherine, Trump's general thinking is not only central to this case, but other cases as well, including the special counsel's election interference case against the former president.
That's right. I think what we've seen from all of our reporting on this, whether it be in special counsel Jack Smith's probe of the documents case or the January 6th matter, is that Smith's team has talked to multiple witnesses here. They have been able to talk to those closest to the former president, whether it be related to the documents and what he was doing in the final days of the White House, packing up boxes, what he was doing at Mar-a-Lago as it relates to their allegations of movements of boxes, whether he was directing people to do that, for example. We've seen similar tactics in the January 6th case, for example. We know that investigators have spoken to those closest to the former president, including our exclusive reporting earlier this week on his former Vice President Mike Pence, his former top White House lawyers. So they are getting a pretty decent window into exactly what Trump was doing during this time period, and we've seen those similarities across both of these investigations.
Right, what he was doing and what he was potentially thinking at that time. Catherine, thank you so much for your reporting. And so for more on this, I want to bring in our ABC News legal contributor and University of Baltimore law professor, Kimberly Whaley. So thank you so much for being with us, Kim. What is your take on that reporting that you just heard there? And from your position, why is it so valuable to the special counsel?
Well, it's extremely unusual to get this kind of direct testimony from an attorney. Remember, normally there's an attorney-client privilege that would attach that would keep this kind of information secret, because it sounds like this lawyer was giving her client, Donald Trump, advice as to the requirements of the law and how he should comply with the law. But a federal judge here in Washington back in March held that with respect to Ms. Little as well as Evan Corcoran, an exception to that privilege applied, the crime fraud exception. So this is very difficult information to get. But as Catherine says, all of the crimes that are alleged in the Mar-a-Lago indictment require a showing of intent. And I think Donald Trump's an intent to violate the law. Donald Trump's traditional response has been to these kinds of allegations, well, it was my right under the Presidential Records Act to do this. These are my documents. That's difficult to persuade a jury that that's the truth when it turns out now there's a lawyer telling him that would be a crime, not just to keep the information, their allegations under the Espionage Act, but also obstruction of justice, to know that the FBI has an investigation ongoing, that there's a criminal implication here, the Department of Justice wants this information, and to knowingly decide, allegedly, to not turn it over.
And so to your point of how unusual this is, when it comes to his defense, I mean, could Trump then refute his own lawyer's claims?
Well, sure. I mean, that's going to depend on whether his lawyers in that case, which it sounds like Miss Little was representing him in the Fulton County, Georgia case, decide to have him testify, which is a big decision in any criminal case. He could say that never happened. According to other reporting that I've read, Evan Corcoran, the lawyer who took over for Miss Little at her suggestion, has contemporaneous notes of these conversations. So I'm sure Jack Smith's team are trying to validate or corroborate her statements as well as Mr. Corcoran's statements with an idea that they would want to impeach Mr. Trump if Mr. Trump does say, listen, that never happened.
All right, Kim Whaley, thank you so much for your expertise as always.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.